Is on Krishna. You had talked about his birth uh, and also his reminder at the age of 16 where his enlightenment basically. Was there any sadhana that he did before? There was also an expression that he evolved out of a saligram. Was there something behind before that brought him to such a state in this life? He's also talked about as an avatar of the maintenance operator.
Maybe people who have grown up in the traditional Indian atmosphere would have definitely heard of a term called Nara Narayana. These two sages, Nara and Narayana, partnered in many births. Again and again they came back together. They were enjoined in their being. So again and again they came back and their adventures go on into thousands of lifetimes. Thousands. Not all of it is preserved. Here and there, snatches about what they did in their previous lifetimes. It's like we are going ahead of the story. Here again, Krishna and Arjuna are recognized as Nara Narayana. Arjuna is Nara, Krishna is Narayana. Once again, two beings enjoined. You will see Krishna will go to unreasonable lengths to keep Arjuna's friendship because they are enjoined in being. Many times, the prince that Arjuna is does not understand why he must do this or why he should take this course. He is taking on a lofty stance that a human being can take in his life by being compassionate, by being loving, by being generous. Krishna is saying, that is not it. That's not why we're here, that's not the deal. Okay? That's not the deal why we're here, we will do only this. Arjuna says, but this is compassion, this is love, this is generosity, this is my dharma. Krishna says, nothing doing, you and your dharma, we have a deal. We are born for this, we will do only this. So, there is that dimension. About Krishna's sadhana, you need to understand this. For a human being to live from the moment he is awake in the morning till he falls dead in the night, every day, in joy and love, itself is a tremendous sadhana, you must know this. People with depressed faces, when somebody is there, if nobody is there, if they're just walking on the street, what kind of face they carry when they are not observed? That says everything about that being, understand? When he is under observation, when his way of being is stimulated by something outside, he is different. You are alone, you're just walking, nobody's observing you. How do you walk? Say everything about you. Let me not hit percentages, but you will see a bad percentage of people are quite horrible by themselves. Anybody who cannot be alone. If you're bored when you're alone, obviously you're in bad company, isn't it? If you cannot be alone, that means you're in bad company. If you were in great company, it would be great to be alone, isn't it? It would be more like a festival to mix with people, but being is always in aloneness. If you made this into a beautiful being, to sit here is fantastic. So, this itself is a great sadhana. From the moment of wakefulness till you fall dead in the night, every moment you're joyful is not a simple sadhana. Do not take it lightly. It's a tremendous sadhana. That means every moment of your life you're loving. Not when this happens and that happens, not when you see this person or that person, you're simply loving. If you're simply loving, indiscriminately loving, then your intelligence blossoms in a completely different way because now in making choice, it is getting crippled. Why I'm saying in making choice it is getting crippled is, see, to be loving is not a gift to somebody. It is a pleasantness of your system, isn't it? Your emotion is pleasant, your mind is pleasant, naturally your body becomes pleasant. This is not a gift to anybody, this is a beautiful thing for yourself. And we have substantial scientific and medical evidence to prove today, only when this is pleasant, your intelligence functions at its best. If your heart beats 60 times per minute in restfulness, in activity, it can go up and down. If you simply sit here, if it is beating 60 times per minute, you are in tune with the planet. If you're above it, you're little lost. You will see, if you just have a little bit of an infection, you touch and see it will be hitting 85, 90. You're healthy and well, probably for many of you it'll come down to 65 to 75. If you just do your sadhana, simple things that we have given you, okay? Just do your Surya Namaskar and your Shambhavi for 1.5 years' time. You touch it and see, for sure it'll be 60, you are in tune. When you're in tune, being loving, being joyful, being like a flower is very natural to you because that's how the being is made. This being is not made to be depressed or sick or nonsense. This being is made to flourish, isn't it? This is Krishna's sadhana. He is in perfect tune with life around him as a child. He is playing all kinds of games, it doesn't matter, but he is in fabulous tune. You will see this, that all these things, his sadhana of this kind, of just being in tune with everybody. See, everybody loves him means you must understand, it's just another way of saying, everybody loves somebody means somewhere, knowingly or unknowingly, though he steals butter from their homes and he does dirty things with them and he plays tricks with them, he does all kinds of things, all kinds of pranks he plays on them, but still everybody loves him means knowingly or unknowingly, somehow he has gotten them in tune with them, isn't it? Only when you feel in tune with somebody, you will feel pleasantness. When you don't feel in tune with somebody, they don't have to do anything wrong to you, if you just look at them. Yes or no? Tell me you have enough experience. Even with the same person, have you noticed this? When you are in tune with that person, if you look at him, pleasantness. You are not in tune with that person, you look at him, unpleasantness. They don't have to do anything. Have you noticed this? You married, you know. So, his sadhana is being in tune till 16. At the age of 16, his guru, Sandipani, comes and reminds him that his life is not just about playing around here, there's a bigger purpose to his life. He struggles a bit. He loves the village he's living in, everybody loves him and he is totally involved with everything around, from man, woman, animal, child, everybody is involved with him. He is deeply, deeply involved with everybody. He struggles. He says, I don't need any great purpose. They say, no, you have a great purpose to your life. Krishna says, I don't need any great purpose. I don't want any great purpose. I just like to be in this village. I like the cows, I like the cowherds, I like the gopis, I want to dance with them, sing with them. I don't want any great purpose in my life. But Sandipani says, that is not it. You have to stand up because this is the purpose for which you are born and this needs to happen, and he reminds him in a certain way. He goes and stands on a small hill which is known as the Govardhan hill. He goes up this mountain And when he comes down, he is no more the same boy. That playful boy in the village suddenly came down with a different gravity about himself. People looked at him and they were shocked. They knew something phenomenal happened, but however phenomenal it is, they know they're going to lose him. Suddenly, his eyes did not show love, his eyes showed vision. When they looked at him, he looked back at them, still smiling, but there was no love in his eyes, there was vision. He was seeing things that they could not even imagine. So, after Sandipani reminded him of this, the first exploit was for him to kill his uncle, that was Kamsa, to end the tyranny that was being unleashed upon the Yadavas. And then he withdrew into the ashram of his guru, Sandipani, along with his brother Balaram and his cousin Uddhava. And he lived the life of an ascetic, a brahmachari, for next 7 years. Till he was 22, he lived in the ashram doing very intense sadhana of both alms and spiritual process. So there is sadhana. Krishna's sadhana was so intense, leaving the alms training. The spiritual sadhana was of a different dimension and nature. Even though he trained in alms, he did not become all muscle. Like Arjuna was all muscle, Bhima was big muscle, everybody became muscular with their alms training. But Krishna remained gentle and tender in spite of his alms training, and he became a great wrestler. In spite of that, he did not become bunched muscles because his sadhana was largely internalized by Sandipani, largely made mental because he did not belong to Dwapara. He performed and lived like he belonged to Satyuga, where everything was mental for him. Sandipani need not open his mouth and give an instruction. All was conveyed mentally, all was grasped mentally, all was attained mentally, that he need not do anything physical. So when they came out of sadhana, a distinct difference. His brother Balaram became huge and muscular, but Krishna remained like this. So Balaram used to taunt him, maybe you did nothing, I have been working hard, I have become a great warrior, who are you? Who look like this? But in the wrestling ring, nobody could take him. In the archery context, nobody could take him. As a swordsman, very few people could come anywhere near him. But he did not become muscular because it was purely mental, his sadhana. And he displays that in a million different ways as the story goes by. Megha, the dark mystic of the ages, arrives not with a bundle of messages, but with mischief that enamors kings and sages, determined to have his way. With a smile he did commit, ravish, deceit and slaughter even. Life does not absolve him of taint, but could not bind him even a moment. He is no saint or sage, but glowed with wisdom for all ages.